In addition to an emergency fund and savings for short-term purchases, you need to have a plan for the long term, such as college expenses for dependent children. You should also save for your senior years. It's an unfortunate reality that many people hit the age of 65 with virtually no savings. Some estimate that roughly 50% of the people in America reach 65 with no income other than Social Security. Social Security was never designed to provide for the full living expenses of an individual. It was designed as a supplement. Unfortunately, many individuals do not plan ahead and face their senior years without a plan. As Benjamin Franklin once said, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. There are some Christians who don't save, not out of failure to plan, but out of intentionality. The parable of the rich fool has convinced them that they should not save up wealth. We have talked elsewhere about the difference between hoarding and capital. It is not wrong to save for the senior years. In an ideal world, an individual might be able to depend on children or the church to provide for their needs in old age. But in our contemporary society, this presents many difficulties and probably should not be our primary plan. Responsible stewardship of our resources requires that we plan ahead for our senior years. You might notice that I refer here to senior years rather than retirement. The concept of retirement is a fairly modern concept. It was introduced with the advent of the implementation of the Social Security system. The age of 65 was a somewhat arbitrary number, which was chosen to pay retirement benefits. It was really designed to assist those who could no longer work. Today in America, it has come to signify the cessation of work. If God has created us for work, why should we stop working? Isn't work what we are created for? There are numerous untold stories of individuals, particularly men, who quit working at the age of 65 and then simply die. We need to continue to work and be productive. That is why we were created. It's part of our nature. It's part of our God-given call. If we have planned adequately and our financial situation is such that we no longer need a paycheck, then we need not continue to do paid work. We might donate our time to a church or some other charity, but we need to continue to be productive. Though productivity can take many forms. It might involve volunteer work for a nonprofit or donation of time for some other productive endeavor. I was able to do some of this mobile ed project while staying on my parents' farm in South Dakota. I am blessed in that my mom is 93 and my dad is 87. They're both relatively in good health. And they haven't really retired either. My dad is a farmer, though he often worked other jobs as I was growing up to supplement his farm income. But every single day he gets up and goes outside and works. And sometimes I'll call my mom on the phone and she'll be worried about my dad. He will actually take a four-wheeler and hitch it up to a little wagon. He'll go out in the field and pick rocks. One time when I was there, he was busting up concrete. He'll go and mow the lawn. He's 87, and he'll do it for a few hours. But if he was deprived of that opportunity to work on the farm, it would be a significant hardship on him. And I frankly don't think he would be able to live. So we need to save up money for our senior years. But think carefully about what you mean by retirement, because I don't think really God wants us to spend all of our time out playing golf.